What's going on, folks? This is Suave. It's been a little over a week since the official release of the One Piece card game over in Japan, so today we're going to be taking a look at what some of these secondary market prices are going on for all these popular cards. So without further ado, let's begin. Alrighty, let's start things off, and I do want to say that these are the Japanese prices. These are not going to be Western prices. However, this does give us a good indication of what cards are being chased after, and it's going to give us a really good indication of what cards are going to be expensive when they do land in the English market. So starting things off are the regular cards. These are commons, uncommons, even rares and super rares that are not alt arts. All of these regular art cards are actually somewhere around $10 or below, pretty much average of what you would expect for any of these cards. However, there is one specific card that I want to bring up that is above the rest, and is actually twice the amount of the most expensive cards out there, and that is Zoro. Zoro is actually $20 a piece right now in the Japanese market. He has a 3 cost for 5,000 with Rush. Very powerful card, very popular card being Zoro, and also pretty much meta defining. Pretty much meta defining, because anyone who's running red green leaders are going to be wanting immediately 4 copies of this card. So if you're in the Japanese market right now and you're a player over there, you're going to be spending $80 in singles just to get 4 copies of this. Now when it comes to the leader cards, you can usually find the alternate art leaders for about $15 or less, unless you're talking about the 3 most popular ones. The first one being Law himself. Trafalgar Law is an alternate art that's running for about $20 even, and it's pretty good because he's a very powerful leader card and also a very popular character himself. Now outside of Law, we're going to take a look at the 2 most popular ones that are actually rising up in price a lot, and that's going to be the Straw Hat tax leaders here. You got Zoro and Luffy themselves. Luffy's running at just about $45 flat. Zoro's actually raising up in price, at least in Hobby Station. He's kind of catching up to Luffy, where he's just about $40 flat as well. And they're both just really good artworks, and on top of that, they're both Straw Hat characters. Red Green Luffy probably not seen as much play as some of the other leaders. However, he's not necessarily the weakest leader out there, but at the same time, he's not the most popular one, but just being the Luffy card himself brings him up to being one of the most expensive, or not the most expensive, alternate art leader card that there is right now. Now when it comes to alternate art character cards, there are a few cards that do stand out. The first being Sanji. So Sanji is going to be a 2 cost for 3,000 with plus 2,000 counter. This is a really good art card for Sanji, and he is a Straw Hat character. Really useful abilities too, really good counter. So he's sitting at around $25. He's a really standout when it comes to the alt art. Right above him is actually going to be Mihawk, another very popular character card, or a very popular character in the series. He is a 9 cost for 9,000 power, and he just has a really good alternate art as well. So he's sitting at about $30 flat. Okay, so now we're going to be going into dangerous territory. Now this is a card that kind of caught me off guard, but it kind of makes sense because it just has some damn cute artwork, and that's going to be Ulti. Ulti is our 2 for 3,000 power with the purple cards. She has a ramp with no counter. Useful in some decks. I'm personally not a fan of her, but you just gotta admit that artwork is just damn cute, and that's why she is sitting at $42 a piece. If you want to run this specific Ulti card right now in Japan, you're gonna be paying $42 to get just 1 copy of her. And just like before, when we saw that Luffy, Law, and Zoro were doing really good, well, we're gonna be looking at Luffy, Law, and Zoro. All 3 of these cards are really expensive. They're probably going to be running you about $45 to $55 each. Luffy being on the more expensive end because he is Luffy. Law was actually a little bit cheaper earlier on in the week. However, he's actually catching up in price, at least in Hobby Station where I'm looking at prices. In Hobby Station, Law is actually about the same price as Zoro right now, where they're both running at about $45. Luffy a lot closer to more $55. So these cards are definitely some of the top 3, but there are some other cards that are topping even these cards that are not even secret rares. So you know that cuteness factor that I was talking about earlier? Well, it's going to be happening once again. Whether it's cuteness factor or waifu tax, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same. Because first off, we have Nami. Nami is going to be our $90 alternate art card. And she's not even a super rare. She's a rare. But she is a very powerful card. Let me go ahead and put her regular art card right up here so you can see just the vast difference of what we're looking at. She is going to be looking at the top 5 cards of your deck, and you're going to be able to add a Straw Hat card into your hand. So she's a very powerful searching card. She also has 2000 power, so not too bad, but not the best. She does have plus 1000 counters, so she's not dead in your hand. Really nice to see. The artwork itself is just absolutely stunning, and you can actually, if you look at the foiling in person, hopefully we get to pull one of her. She is actually really awesome in person, way better than these digital images as well. And she's just really good all around. $90 for her. If you just want the regular card just because you just want her to use her in a deck, $3, no problem. Just get the $3 rare, not a problem. If you want to go blinging out and you want a really nice looking Nami, you're gonna have to pay up some money. You're gonna be paying $90 for this one single card. You want a playset of her? That's $360. Good luck with this one. Now, just as equally expensive as Nami, we're going to be looking at Boa Hancock. Boa Hancock is another beautiful artwork card. I'm also going to be putting up her regular art just up here so you can just see the vast difference of what we get with a regular super rare with an alternate art super rare. That's actually very cute and a very popular character. So Boa Hancock, if you just want the regular card just to play the ability in a deck, $10, no problem. You want to bling her out, you got to pay $90 for her, just the same as Nami. This one being a super rare. Now, obviously, she doesn't have the Straw Hat tax, and maybe she's a little bit more niche with just being in the blue deck, but she's still a very powerful card nonetheless. So I think her and Nami being around the same price, pretty much it makes sense with them both being very beautiful characters. People are just big fans of them. Really beautiful artwork, very powerful cards. $90 for each of them. Now let's move on to our secret rares. First of all, we have Yamato. Now regular art Yamato is not so bad. She's going to be costing $45. Justifiable. She's a secret rare, so she's kind of hard to pull, and on top of that, she's a very powerful character. Now if you want the alternate art version of Yamato, that's a whole different story. That is going to be costing you somewhere around, averaging right now, about $200 per card. Now Yamato is a very cute card character, very popular character in the Wano arc right now, at least in the anime, in the manga as well. I mean, she's a very popular character. Yamato, just a really all-around beautiful card, really powerful ability, being a secret rare and an alternate art of the secret rare. $200 is a pretty high price to pay, but that's what people are paying right now, both in UUT and where I'm looking at mostly, as well as Hobby Station Japan. Those are the two sites where she's averaging just about $200 each. And last but not least, we have our secret rare Shanks. Now Shanks is kind of an interesting card because he was definitely very expensive right on the get-go, but I think his prices are actually starting to lower down, because even though UUT is kind of showing Shanks a little bit more on the expensive side, when you look at sites like Hobby Station, which are not really run by players, it's really more just a card market or card shops that have their own online shops. Shanks right now, the regular card himself is really only about $30, but when you look at his alternate art card, his first alternate art is just a regular alternate art with the red hair pirates logo in the background. On UUT, players are pretty much trying to ask for about $120 for this one, but the card shops online are actually in stock, and you can actually buy him for about $60 on Hobby Station right now. So I think his prices are actually getting a little bit lower as more people are starting to pull this card. Now the last one that we're going to see is the manga alternate art. Now this one's the really big one, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, someone was saying that the ratio for this one, you can only pull one of these out of every 11 cases. I might be wrong on that, but at least that's the last ratio that I heard about this one. It's a very rare card to pull. However, On Yuyute, this one's roughly around almost $1,000, and there have been some sales that did go about $1,000 very early on. However, right now in Hobby Station, they are actually already sold out as well. But if you look at both Mercari and Hobby Station, those prices are really more about $650, and that's kind of where he's settling right now. Whether or not he's going to get lower, I know there's going to be another print run this week, and I think next week there's going to be a third wave of reprints coming out for this box set. This Romance Dawn booster set, and so we might get more cards like this on the market. Might lower his price maybe to 500. I think 500 might be the lowest it goes when it comes to this type of card. But right now, realistically, people are trying to call him $1,000 card because, you know, they're trying to hype him up to sell him. Maybe graded, he might be selling for $1,000 later down the line when things settle down. But right now, realistically, he's selling more like around $650 is what players are actually willing to pay right now at this very moment. Now that being said, Shanks is a very powerful card with 9 for 10,000 power, very popular character in the series as well, and these manga panels in the back is just really nostalgic and a very rare pull to get. So 500 minimum to 650 is very justifiable for what people are willing to pay right now. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you think about any of these cards that you saw today, and let me know what you think about some of these prices. Are you going to be willing to pay some of these prices if these are the prices that come here in the English market? Let me know what you think, and if you like this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and we're going to be bringing more content like this in the near future. So with that being said, I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.